There are people who believe life must be fought for, and there are people who believe life must be taken. This story is about a woman who never lifted a finger for herself, yet wanted everything. Her name was Lydia. From a young age, Lydia learned one thing very well: positioning. She didn't work hard. She didn't build skills. She didn't struggle like others did. Instead, she studied rooms. Who had money? Who had influence? Who could be impressed? She learned where wealthy men gathered, exclusive events, social cycles, introductions. She perfected smiles that promised warmth but required nothing. Her first marriage was to a businessman named Richard. For a while, life felt like success. A large house, comfort, no urgent worries. But over time, Richard noticed something unsettling. Lydia received easily, but contributed nothing. No ideas, no support, no effort, only expectations. The marriage didn't explode. It faded. One day, Richard stopped trying, and Lydia stopped pretending to care. She left quietly. A second marriage came quickly, this time to Marcus. Wealthier, more visible, more indulgent. Bigger house, better cars, louder comfort. Same Lydia, different man. Everything changed during what should have been a harmless moment. During a casual online content shoot, Lydia laughed and said, "I have tagged my husband. Whatever I tell him, he does." She laughed. The people around her laughed. She moved on, but the internet did not. Within days, Lydia's inbox transformed. At first, the messages were playful, then curious, then painfully honest. Women began to message her privately. "What did you use? Please help me. My husband doesn't listen anymore. I am tired. I just want peace." Lydia paused. These women were not joking. They were afraid of losing their homes, and in that moment, a careless lie became a business opportunity. She could have corrected them. She didn't. She leaned in. She began selling solutions. Bottled water, ordinary water, sealed with strange names and strict instructions. Soap, normal soap, reshaped, rebranded, sold for money that ought to part with. To sell the illusion, she hired help. Fake buyers, fake testimonies, fake miracle stories. "My husband changed overnight. He listens now. There is peace in my home." Money came quickly. Lydia upgraded her lifestyle. Public giveaways, online generosity that looked like kindness, but functioned as advertising. And the more she showed wealth, the more desperate women believed she had answers. Some borrowed money, some sold belongings, some hid purchases from their husbands, and when nothing changed, they blamed themselves. Then came Amaka. Amaka was not playful. She was not curious. She was exhausted. Amaka had been married for 9 years to Joseph, a quiet man who once listened, but now barely spoke. Bills piled up. Conversations turned sharp. Silence filled their home like smoke. They no longer argued loudly. They argued with distance. Joseph slept facing the wall. Amaka cried quietly in the bathroom so her children wouldn't hear. When a friend mentioned Lydia's solution, Amaka hesitated. But desperation is louder than doubt. She bought the product. Lydia's instructions were clear. Use this for 7 days. On the 7th day, speak and you will obey. Amaka followed everything. She bathed carefully, spoke only when instructed, counted the days. Each night, she imagined peace returning. On the 7th day, she stood in her living room, heart racing. Joseph sat on the couch, tired from work. Her hands trembled, and she said the words she had rehearsed. Transfer all your money to my account. There was silence. Joseph looked up, not angry, confused. Why would you speak to me like that? He asked. Amaka repeated it, louder, sharper. And then Joseph asked the question that changed everything. What made you think you could control me? Her voice broke. She told him everything. The product, the instructions, the woman online. As she spoke, Joseph's face changed. Not anger. Fear. Fear that his wife believed unseen forces controlled him. Fear that someone had entered his home without his permission. That night, Joseph slept on the couch. Weeks later, the marriage ended. When Amaka's story reached the internet, others followed. More women, more losses, more broken trust. Lydia's name began circulating, not as a helper, but as a warning. Then, Marcus left. Some say Lydia walked away. Others say he asked her to leave. What everyone noticed was this. The house became quiet. No more luxury compo content. No laughter. No confidence. Her phone stopped ringing. Her comments dried up. Authorities stepped in. Investigations followed. The glamorous life collapsed. Slowly, heavily. And this is the part people avoid. Lydia didn't start evil. She started lazy. She didn't plan destruction. She planned convenience. But lies, when fed long enough, they grow seeds. If you're listening to this story, remember, anything built on deception will eventually demand payment. And when it does, it never collects gently.
Thank you for listening to this tale. If you enjoyed this story, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who loves folk tales. I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments who your favorite character was and why. Your support helps keep these stories alive. Until the next tale, stay curious, stay inspired.